welcome to Overly Complicated. I'm your host, Lindsey Barrow. This is a competitive craft show with comedians who might not necessarily be crafters. I think some of them will take offense to that, but some of them are not crafters, and that's the truth. Today's show, we have several crafts and several crafters. But first, I'm going to bring out onto the screen a very good friend of mine. His name is Randy Thompson. He helped design the Ruby, LA, the theater. He's a very talented woodworker, and he is someone that you should follow on Instagram. His handle is @randcrafted, which shows how much of a crafter he is, because his last name isn't Craft. So please welcome our judge and pro crafter, Randy Thompson. Yay!
Hey! Thank you so much for having me. So excited to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here. Randy, what's your favorite craft that you ever made in your entire life? Please tell me now.
I made a lamp for the apartment that my wife and I used to live in. We had a light fixture that I hated in the kitchen. And so I got blue mason jars from my mom. She went to a market in Ohio and got some blue mason jars. And then some lighting supplies from an antique lighting supply store that basically like does reproduction antique parts, and then built like a little hanging light pendant light with 3 mason jars.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
pretty
cool
good
and beautiful.
I am actually surprised that you had that like that. You had an answer right away.
Well,
but
I thought before coming on that I should think about things that I might have crafted in case anyone asks me about things that I might have crafted.
That's good. Thank you for being prepared.
Always.
Okay, next we're going to bring out our contestants, and that is what I'm calling them, Tom. You'll find out why I say that later. Our first 3 contestants on our first show. I'm going to talk about Tom first, who is on our improv team, Karen. I would call him an art punk. I don't know if he would call himself that, but I would. And he also once lived in a bus in Chicago, and it's something I'll never forget about him. And he told that to us way late in knowing him, like such a long. We knew him for so long, and then that information came out. Our next crafter is going to be Ryan. Ryan and I have an email thread that is talking only about Cricut machines, which shows you how much of a crafter she is. A Cricut machine, for the people who maybe just do woodworking, is just a small insult. Is like cutting, like cuts all these. I don't know if it's laser or what it is. I'm sure Ryan can tell you about it. She's also a performer at the Ruby. She's very funny. So she's going to be quite the contender, I think. And finally, we have Kim, who's our underdog. I think Kim came in. You'll see her video. She was like, "We'll see," but I loved her spirit. She had so much fun, and I really think you need to keep your eye on her and what she pulls out. Okay, let's have them all join us on screen. Yay!
Hey,
everybody!
Yay!
So, producer, do they see the names or not? I just realized. Okay. So why does everybody introduce themselves again, since it doesn't say your name on the screen? Starting with Tom.
Oh, hi, it's me. I'm Tom. As Lindsey mentioned, I lived in a bus in Chicago, although to be specific, it was a school bus, and it traveled cross country. So Chicago was just where I hopped on board.
Lest we think you were just sleeping on one of the public transit buses.
Just lived in a Greyhound bus. Yeah, it was great.
Great. Ryan? Hey.
Hi. I'm Ryan. I can only hear Lindsey right now.
Let it go.
But
Let it go.
So I feel like lots of funny things are happening around me. I feel lost. This reminds me a lot of how it was when I did my first craft, and I came in really confident and then was beyond my depth. So
I'm so sorry that this technical issue is happening. I will tell you if anyone insults you.
Okay.
And finally, we have Kim. Hey, Kim.
Hello. I am not a crafter, and I don't take offense to not being one. So I totally accept my truth.
Okay. All right. So you all were.
Wait, I can't see Ryan. Can you all see Ryan?
Yes.
That's why I was singing the song from Frozen, but then I realized she was actually talking on the feed, so I apologize for that.
I can't hear her either.
Oh, that's
Oh, no.
interesting. She can't hear you guys either.
Yeah.
So I can see Ryan. I can hear her as well.
Okay, Kim, you're gonna have
can
to
hear
just be
you,
the
Kim.
pivot
Oh,
point for
So
everyone.
me and Ryan have a connection.
So all the
Aw.
women can hear each other, and then Randy and Tom. Sorry.
Yeah, but I can hear Lindsey and Kim
Well,
Uh,
okay.
I
and
don't know.
Tom.
I don't know. I
And
don't know.
Lindsey and Doug
wow.
are both frozen.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
But I can hear Lindsey.
No
Like a-
one's frozen for me right now. But
Okay.
but it goes in and out. It goes in
Should I
and
just
out for me.
refresh?
Nope. I was
No.
told no by the producer that you
Don't
should
do
not.
that.
Do not refresh.
Okay.
Our producer will get very angry. I just saw him pick up a hammer, so don't do it.
Oh, wow.
Pick up a camera?
No, a hammer, but a camera would not hurt as much. All right. Well, the first thing I guess we're just going to kind of proceed and
Yeah, just
see
wing
what
it.
happens. Hopefully it works out fine. We're going to do the first craft. Now, this is a craft that we did individual videos with. I'm going to put my pen down so I'm not flinging it all over. We did individual videos. I sat with you for half an hour or longer. It's like maybe 40 minutes because that's how long I have Zoom for. I don't have professional Zoom. I'm not going to pay for it. And so we all sat there. You did a craft for half an hour. Some of you were like going to the last minute. One of you did not. I was surprised. This person named Tom was done in like maybe 10 minutes.
Wow.
I have places to be.
And no places to be.
It is a busy quarantine for Tom Hamilton.
Yeah, I kept saying this isn't in any of the videos, but I just kept saying to Tom, "Are you sure you don't want to like, add anything? You have like 15 more minutes."
He's like, nope.
Like, no, it's perfect.
Just thumb on the scales.
So we're going to start with the first video, which we did as a kind of a mashup of everyone giving the instructions and the supplies. All right, let's check that out.
I am ready to be crafty.
So glad. I'm so glad. I just sent you the instructions.
These are the instructions. Using the popsicle sticks, you have 30 minutes to make something geometric that you would display.
One of these 2 extra supplies will give you a bonus point at the end.
One of these 2 extra supplies will give you a bonus point at the end. One of them will not.
If you use both of them, you will lose the point.
If you use both of them, you will lose a point.
You will lose a point. Interesting.
Oh no. Okay.
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 Okay, I have a popsicle sticks.
Twine.
Fine.
And I've got glitter.
Aw.
I love glitter because that's the best.
This bonus point element is a real curveball.
And I have to make something geometric out of these with no glue. Is that?
No, you can use anything you have at your house as well.
Feel like you need twine to hang something that I would display. Actually, it didn't say it. Technically, it didn't say hang.
Didn't say
Well,
hang.
you didn't say hang, did it?
Which both, I feel like, oh, Lindsey, this is so hard. Okay.
But what if I did do no glue? That could be hard.
I mean, if you want to give yourself an extra challenge.
I think I'm gonna do that. My cat's joined me. Well, first of all, Perry, I need you to go away.
And it's a competition, right?
Yeah, it's a competition, so
What's the prize? More fucking craft materials?
so angry.
Sorry, I've been cooped up in this house. Okay.
Am I able to use extra tools?
You can use whatever you want. You just have to use the stuff that I sent you.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you.
I'm going to put the timer on. You have 30 minutes starting now.
So Randy, I know the video cut out for you for part of that instructions.
All of it.
All of it?
I saw the very first frame and then heard the audio for everything.
Oh, good. You heard the audio though. Okay, so
Yeah.
I don't need to rehash what was said.
No.
Good. I saw you laugh when Tom said more fucking craps, and I was like, oh, maybe
It was
maybe bounce back.
a funny little joke.
No, I didn't know if you were just laughing because the rest of us were laughing, or if you actually heard it.
No, I'm not that good. like a psychopath. This is what humans do.
Yeah. So, you guys had half an hour to make something geometric. I gotta tell you, you had it one of the easiest. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I got really mean towards the end of this show, like really mean. So I feel like, making something geometric you can display, that was very, very nice of me, which was kind of why your second craft was a little bit harder. Okay. How did those instructions feel? Like when you were doing that part, were you terrified? Or were you like, oh, this is easy. I can do this.
When was that?
I felt like I knew what you wanted.
Tried to access my memories
like,
from that time.
I could. Oh, sorry. Are we talking at the same time?
You are, because Tom can't hear you. I just realized.
So,
okay. Ryan, why don't you talk?
okay. I think that I feel like the word geometric, made me think of all of these kind of Etsy bohemian aesthetic ideas that I believed at the beginning were achievable. So I definitely started off feeling good about it at the beginning.
Good.
I felt good.
Yeah, I think there was a real confidence there at the beginning, and I remember your story arc. Tom, what were you gonna say?
What did Ryan say?
Ryan said, "Tom's such a fucking asshole."
I agree with Ryan.
She just talked about how there's geometric, there's the Etsy kind of geometric aesthetic, and she thought she was confident about achieving that.
Oh, I probably, let's see, if I recall, I had something to say about geometry and recent discoveries about the Big Bang and the start of the universe, and so I don't know, probably I just immediately started saying a bunch of bullshit.
I'm not gonna lie, that's definitely what happened. Kim, did you have any fears going into this?
No, but I think that's my problem, is that I had no fears, meaning I had no touchstone for reality and the undertaking that was in front of me.
Yeah. That's sometimes best, though. Knowing things only makes you not want to be confident. All right, so we're going to watch the first video in a second. I want to just kind of preface this with there are definitely two frames of mind here. One is I'm going in guns blazing, maybe don't have any glue. And one is I have everything that you would ever need for crafting. Ever. All right, and that is Kim and Ryan. Let's check it out.
Okay. How creative should I be? You know what? I think I'm going to be real creative.
All right, so that was test 1, is how do they color, and next test is how do they cut.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see if I can get a clean. Okay, not a clean cut.
Not a good
Not pretty. Not a clean cut. All right.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do.
inspiration has struck.
Aha!
Wow.
Baby. When you don't got glue, make holes.
I'm
Okay.
excited to see how this drill through these popsicle sticks works.
All right. You're the first witnesses. Here we go.
Also have these, which I think were from when I decided to be a dressmaker for like, it was more than 3 months because I took multiple classes at LACC or LATC. All right, now this,
Ooh,
I'm just, not to like that is a clean cut. So I think these, so it was worth it. That whole class and all of the materials I had to buy and everything, worth it.
Oh, yeah. We got a hole.
Do you have like a full game plan here? You know what you're doing?
Nope. Just gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna Pablo Picasso it, see where it takes me. Pablo, what would Frida do?
But I think I'm going to be making something that could hold a little bud vase. And I'm thinking like a pentagon around it. And then this will have the string. So this is this is what will become real.
How am I gonna do this? Because it's too thin.
Some of these are I don't know. Okay, let me see if I can get. I'm gonna do the makeup artist.
Yeah.
Crowd.
Thank you.
Not cool.
Oh, wow.
I just want you to know I'm making very important choices. Only the best quality wood.
But if you did win, what would you say to your competitors?
Look at me. I'm an amateur craftsperson, and I came in here without any freaking glue, and I managed to make a dang craft with my sheer inventiveness.
All right, now I gotta look at my glue situation. All right, I'm gonna use the good stuff. I've got wood glue. Should I actually use? I also have Model and Hobby cement.
And a cat. You know, it doesn't get much worse than having a cat while you're trying to do shit, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of which.
Oh my God. See? Told you he's plotting. Perry, Mommy's working. She's working really hard to make you proud.
My hobby cement is not coming through as effectively as I dreamed. And I know I'm also inhaling it. So that is probably less than ideal.
Oh, I didn't think this through. Oh no. Oh, you know what? I done fucked up. That's okay. We can make this shit happen. Perry, please, Mommy's working. She's working real hard. Okay, how much time do I have left?
Okay, you have 5 minutes.
Uh-oh.
I sort of wish I had cheated. Honestly, that's what's going through my mind right now. Is I wish that I had gotten these popsicle sticks out. I had tested all of my different glues, timed how long it takes for them to dry. Like this is really bringing out a side of me that I'm not proud of, but I'm being honest with you. Like I really wish, I wish I had cheated.
Okay, you have about 3 minutes left. I'll give you a time check at 1 minute.
Oh no. All right. Getting down to the wire, Perry. Uh-oh. Mom fucked up again. All right. Mom might need to abandon ship. She might need to abandon ship.
Can you give me a 1 minute warning?
I will definitely give you 1 minute warning.
Okay, because I am going to have to add the glitter. Because the string is out. I don't have time for string.
Too much. That's okay. Perry.
You might win just because your cat is so cute.
Oh, yeah. good to have the upper hand with the cat. Okay. Perry, please. Please. No, mommy needs that. Oh my God, Perry, stop it.
Aw.
It's terrible.
So Randy, I'll tell you a little bit about what happened in the end there.
It was like a bat for me, is what it was.
Well, Kim and Ryan were working on their crafts. Kim kept getting visited by Perry, her cat, who then at the end
That was
stole
clear.
popsicle sticks in his mouth and then took off with
Right.
them, which was
Great.
very funny. And Ryan was, she had everything. She had like so many cool glues and was,
Yeah, I could hear wood glue and crafting cement.
yeah. But then at the end, she was like,
Impressive.
I wish I would have cheated. So definitely two different ways to approach this, which was
Can I get just some backstory? Did you provide the materials, but just the base materials?
Mm-hmm. I gave them the popsicle sticks, the string, and the glitter, and
Great.
I said you can use whatever you want besides
Got it.
this. Yeah, but I provided those
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good cue. Okay, well, I feel like we've got to get to the next video, which is a separate video from Ryan and Kim, because this person just seemed a little cranky, you know, for part of it. Tom like Tom went in and was like, I'm gonna tell you about geometry, and that's my goal. And he did, and I learned things that day. I learned a lot that day. All right, so let's check out Tom's video.
This is actually, something's actually happening here, Lindsey. Geometric, I believe it said, right?
It did say geometric.
This is like the big quandary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you start to do those little mental calisthenics of like, well, it seems like glitter would be the one that's an extra point because like glitter is fun, but twine is more useful. Now, are you aware that they recently, you know, black hole physicists have actually figured out through modeling something that goes into a black hole actually is ejected by the black hole and reconstituted elsewhere? So I'm trying to think if I can use this. I've sort of folded up the plastic wrap that the twine was in.
Oh.
Let's see if I can utilize that in any fashion. The reason I bring this up is that in their research, they've discovered that the geometry of our universe could not exist without something else that it is born out of. Thus, there is like a deeper geometry than geometry, which geometry itself, in fact, shows us. I'm going to use this little piece of plastic here. Let's see if we can thread that in there in an interesting way. Now, see, I made it too symmetrical. I didn't give it a good center. So I'm wondering, when you say a geometric shape, how all that stuff.
I'm definitely talking about the deeper geometric geometry that is on the multiverse through the black hole. That's the,
Right.
I mean, and thank you for picking up on that. None of the other contestants have asked about this secret geometry that I'm referring to, and I'm glad that you picked up on it. In my mind, you got an extra bonus point.
Contestants, that's what you're calling them, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like much of a contest to me. The thing that you hang on it will likely be two-dimensional, but if this wall does not conform to such rigid geometrics, then perhaps this object that we're making could have three-dimensional space. It could be three-dimensional in such a way that it does not immediately suggest how it would be hung upon a wall.
Did your instructions say that it had to be hung on a wall?
Didn't you say that? Oh, wait. Oh, it's on my email. Well, let's take a look. You have 30 minutes to make something geometric that you would display. Oh, Lindsey. You and your wording. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh. Whoa! Lindsey's a question mark. Well, I guess I'll take over. Oh, never mind.
Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, I was lost through all of that, so I hope that everybody heard it and saw it and had a great time. Tom.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your geometry theories.
I don't even remember. I was thinking, though, just this idea of, again, as I mentioned, like bullshit. But in a way, bullshit is like glue. It's a way of making things stick together. You just make stuff up, and then and that's what holds the whole thing together. It's sort of like a mental spoken glue. And can I just add that while Ryan has been frozen for me for the past 15 minutes, she's like frozen in this lovely smile. So I don't know if she can hear that. Maybe you can relay that message to her.
I'll tell her. Ryan, Tom wanted you to know. Did you hear that?
No, I'm just preparing myself.
Tom wanted you to know that while you've been frozen for him for 15 minutes, you've had just the loveliest smile the whole time.
Oh, I'll take it. That sounds like a lie, but I really nice.
So did I come off as cranky?
Maybe imperious.
Let me say this. just a little furious. Tom's like email response back to me when I said, okay, here's your next craft. He was like, oh, great, another craft.
Yes, I did say that.
Yeah.
I've aged like 20 years in the past year. It's been really fun.
Amen.
Yeah. I think we've all really leaned into our elderly, cranky ass selves. Okay. So the next thing we're going to show is a video of everybody presenting their final piece. Randy, I know you won't be able to see that, but our producer, Doug, has provided a screen grab for me that I can send over to you so you can actually see everyone's finished product.
I can see, I have screen grabs of each finished product right now from the producer.
From the producer. We'll just call him that. And he's lucky to be called that. Okay. For our last vid before the judging, I just want to say, everybody, in my heart, you all did really well. Okay? In my heart. So.
You're a liar.
I'm a kind. Oh, let's watch that live video.
I should have been wearing my crafting hat all along. I forgot my crafting hat.
You idiot. Well, you forgot how are you even crafting without that hat on?
I don't know. Let me just tear this thing apart. Start over.
Come on, last string.
Get the last string in. 10, 9.
I'm pressing all the points.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ah!
Okay. Hands off your craft.
Oh.
Stop the crafting.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. This would be a window decor that you would hang in your window for good luck. It reminds you that time, like an hourglass, time is broken. Time is not a real thing. It's avant-garde, and it's meant to make you think about life, think about time, think about your existence in this dimension.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
I use geometry as a very literal inspiration. And so I came up with a shape that I think can have lots of interpretations, a pentagram. Went for those things that you would always have to do, where you would have to use a compass and you'd have to cross from every point. What is the midpoint? How do you find the midpoint? And I found the midpoint using popsicle sticks, which I think reminds you to always find your center and keep grounded. So I would put this up in my home. It's very fragile, like life.
Can you raise it up a little higher?
Okay.
You lost a little leg, but
I did lose a leg. I still think I would still put this up in my home. And now it's both about humility and, you know, sometimes you come into a situation really cocky and really feeling like you have something, you can talk trash about your competitors and you really feel like you have something. And then life says, hey, slow down. You don't have what you think you have, and that's okay. You still have 4 points that meet in the middle.
And then show us what's that little thing at the bottom there.
There's a little ledge. So when you're you know which side is the bottom, so to sit it, and hopefully it won't need as much leaning against. It'll be easier for it to stand up. So it's also more functional. I think this would look great on a floating shelf, especially, you know, no like brackets or anything, just floating right there. And the glitter just like guides you right to the center. I think you could do meditation looking at this, kind of focusing in.
I see it. Well,
definitely against a wall. This side that I'm looking at, no one needs to see it. It's that side that really tells the story.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yes, I am selling art.
Thank you for inviting me. I feel like I've learned a lot. And I feel like
thing that I made.
No matter the troubles I've had in this round, I think I can recover.
For one of the items
I think
that was included in my
be
craft
too hard
kit,
on yourself.
i.e.
Thank you. Yeah.
I appreciate
this
it.
tube of glitter.
I think I need to put this down so no
I
pieces
actually
fall
use this
off.
stuff quite frequently in my own crafting
Okay, so I have just...
And so I'm going to save it for that and not actually use it on what I made today. But allow me to show you what I made today. Now, you may be familiar with the Shakers. They were a religious order, kind of like Mennonite adjacent. They died out because they didn't believe in having sex. But when they were around, they made some really great furniture. And part of their ethos was not using glues or chemicals of any kind. So I crafted this entirely with popsicle sticks and nothing else. No glue whatsoever, just the tensile strength of popsicle sticks working together to make this geometric stand for a tube of glitter. And as you can see, the central woven piece is in the style of Shaker furniture. These are triangles, and it sits by itself like a good boy. And you can put your glitter here for later projects, perhaps having to do with some sort of helmet, such as the one on my head.
Great.
Yeah. Okay.
I have one question for you.
Okay.
Would you qualify that you've used the glitter in this work?
It's a great question. Wow.
So somehow the wrong video got uploaded. But that's okay. It was just like a weird overlay where Ryan's talking and Tom is talking on top of her. We'll fix it in post. Okay, so that's everybody's craft. Randy has images of what you've worked on. Does anybody have any last minute justifications or points of fails that they would like to do before Randy starts doling out points?
No.
I feel like the video package really is an accurate representation of what happened. So I can't.
Okay. Kim, you feeling good? Oh. Can't hear Kim.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I said, no, I don't, but that's okay. I kind of already figured I was moot being on this show.
No.
So,
You were just muted.
Kim,
muted
I will
and
say,
moot.
I will say you are in probably the hardest contenders here of all of the episodes I did. So I'm sorry for you to take that, fall. But I'm not saying that you're going to take a fall. You might. You showed a lot of heart. All right, Brandy.
Yeah.
So
How many points do I award?
You're gonna, out of 10, 10 being high and good. You're gonna give them points. I want you to think about, the skill of what you saw, the heart that they had, any kind of like, shoulder chips. They might have chips on shoulders. They might have brought into the competition.
I see.
I just want you to, but judge from your gut. This is you're the professional here. You're at Handcrafted.
I know.
Okay, so
wait,
if
I'm
you're
getting
ready.
a separate image from the producer.
Oh.
Oh,
that's the other side.
This changes everything. Yep. I'd only seen a front view of Tom's, and now I see a side view. Okay, I'm just gonna go, and then bonus points. Do you award those? Do I award those?
I'll award those at the very end.
Okay, so it's out of 10, 10 being the most points, and points being good.
And points being good.
Well, I don't know. Could be golf rules.
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, I'm going in the order that I got screenshots. So, and know that I'm only judging you on the screen grab that Doug chose to send me. So whatever, if you don't agree, it's probably him. So Kim is first up. I have to say that in terms of the geometry part of the challenge, I really like what you've done. I think that I liked your sales pitch about this evoking time. I think that the hourglass motif is crystal clear. I guess I was skeptical coming into a craft competition without glue that you were going to be successful. But what I see here is an innovative use of joinery. I haven't actually tried to use string in the way that you did. I think that that's innovative. I like it a lot. The bottom piece of the piece, as I see it, doesn't quite form a triangle. There's like a leg just hanging straight down the middle. Is that intentional, or did that just come undone?
It came undone.
Okay. I think without that, I think I probably would go somewhere in the higher range, because I can only see this screen grab, and I see that that's a little unfinished. I'm gonna give you a 7. I think that I really like your shape. I like that you attacked the challenge with the at the core of what the challenge was, which was geometry, and I think that you really nailed that. So I'm gonna give you a 7 for yours.
Thank you.
Moving on, I have Ryan next. I need someone to translate for me because I can't speak directly to Ryan. She won't allow it. So as I see it in the screen, I'm getting another image from the producer. Great. Thank you. This actually changes everything. So I wanted to see what that shelf was at the bottom. So I love the shelf. I think that it really does, for me, it tells me the orientation of the piece, tells me how I'm going to put it on my wall. Sorry, he's sending me another photo, so I'm going to see that just so I'm getting all the info. Okay, great. I do see that. Ryan's is, I think, the most kind of classic. If you were going to go for a geometry on the wall, I think she nailed the Etsy aesthetic that she was going for. Some of the angles, maybe, I think, don't quite. It's a little bit unbalanced, but I think based on the time limitations and based on the material limitations, I think she did a really good job. I really am curious as to her choice of glitter. As it looks in the photo, like there's just one little dab in the middle. So I'd love to just hear a little bit more if anyone can ask her that and then tell me that.
Okay, well, I'll translate here for you. So Ryan, Randy has been.
That was like excruciating, by the way.
Well, Ryan says that was excruciating. But here's what he said. He said he loved your classic design. He loved that like classic Etsy look. He thought the angles didn't quite work, but he wanted to talk about the glitter and your use of the glitter. And what was the question exactly, Randy? Why?
Well, as I can see, there's just one of the legs has a glitter piece, and then I can't quite tell from the photo. It looks like there might be some kind of scattered on the other leg, but I couldn't tell if that was intentional or if it was just, if that just was like she ran up against time or what.
Okay. He wanted to know if the glitter on one leg was intentional or was it because you ran out of time?
It was my intention was to have the glitter on the most outward piece. So I came short of my intentions from a functional design piece. It was supposed to be centered and then with like gradient out, but my pieces were not the right length, to be frank.
Okay. Ryan has said, Randy, that it was intentional, but her intent was not fulfilled fully. That it was supposed to be in the center and then grow out. The glitter was supposed to grow out, but her pieces weren't cut exactly the same. So
sure, okay. So there was going to be more there than it was. I think with that, it might have set it apart a little bit. For me, I think that it's because that one leg is missing. That's all I can see. I've got to deduct a little bit from there. And then the glitter not quite being where she wanted to be, I've got to deduct a little bit from there. So for me, this piece is going to be a 5.
All right. Ryan, Randy has said that he had to deduct a little because of the missing leg and because of the glitter not going to its full intent. But he has given you a 5.
Okay.
Yay. Okay. Next up,
Tom,
2 people who can hear each other.
Last.
Hi, Randy.
Hi, Tom. So I got just the front view of yours initially, which I really liked. But then the producer sent me a side view so I could actually see that there was more geometry at play than maybe I actually thought. I'm in Northwest Ohio, close to Western PA, where a lot of the shaker community is. So I'm familiar with the craftsmanship. I think the homage to the shakers is quite clear. And I do really love your inventiveness. I think that not using glue, not using any glitter really kind of like flies in the face of the requirements that you were given, the suggestions that you were given. You're a rebel, as Lindsey said, you're an art punk. And I think that what you came up with was super interesting. I guess in terms of something that I would hang on my wall, I'm having a hard time seeing where I would hang it. So yeah, go ahead.
I just want to clarify what was clarified earlier, that this is an object meant for display and not necessarily for hanging on a wall.
Okay, totally valid. Great. So in terms of display, you're displaying the glitter. I mean, I think that's that. I really love it overall. I do wish that you had incorporated more of the materials for my personal preference. So for me, this piece is a 7.
Thank you, Chef.
Ooh. Oh, thank you, Chef. Great. Okay, so we have Kim with a 7, Ryan with a 5, Tom with a 7. Whew. It's looking like it's possible there might be a tiebreaker, which may just be a coin flip. We'll see. Okay. The next thing is that everybody worked on a second craft. This I sent you a week ago. You had a week to work on it. You could work on as little or as much as you wanted to over the last week. creative or not creative. You can do whatever you want. We're not watching you, so you're going to present that craft here today. Randy, that craft was using the popsicle sticks. They were to make a classy wind chime. Classy wind chime. So,
Okay.
kind of a, you know, a little bit of a notch up. This has to be something refined, something that maybe rich people have. I don't know, whatever you think of it when you think of classy. Okay. We'll start with
Rich people are known for their classiness.
Yeah, they are. They're never like being awful to everyone. Okay. Let's start going backwards. We're going to start with Tom. Tom.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yes. You're going to present your classy wind chime.
Okay, let me get ready because it is outside because I didn't want to get glitter all over my entire living room. And while I'm, let's see here, I just gotta, okay, yes. I gotta make sure, I gotta light it ahead of time as well. And I should just say that, well, rather than designing a wind chime from scratch, I decided to augment an existing wind chime, which was cleared with the producers of the show. And just oddly enough, I don't know if you guys believe in fate, but the wind chimes in question like fell from their place as soon as this decision to use them was made. So it was almost as though the winds of fate were saying, yes, let me dislodge these wind chimes from their place for you in order for you to make something with them. So with that all in mind, let me open my front door and let me just prepare my staging here. I'll just put that there. Okay, and there's lovely, my lovely assistant. There's the wreath on my door, and there is my wind chime.
Wow.
Yes, it's got yeah. I got the. Let's see here. There's the little wind chime doohickey that makes the wind chimes do stuff. And yeah, that's what it looks like.
Damn. So how did you use the popsicle sticks? So they're glitter over the tubes?
Yeah, here, I'll turn off the dramatic lighting to maybe make it a little more clear. Right. So let's see here. Yeah, so basically like you've got the popsicle sticks covered in glitter there on the tubes of the wind chime. You've got sort of a crown made out of popsicle sticks on the top piece, and then on the part that the bongle, that's actually some of that classic shaker woven popsicle stick that's then covered in glitter. So that is the thing.
Cool.
Is that adequate?
All right.
Yes.
I mean, to me, yeah. Randy, were you able to see any of that?
Yeah, I can see it just fine.
Okay, cool. Great. So do you have any questions for Tom?
So did you add on to an existing wind chime?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Great.
That was the entire line of bullshit that I was saying in the beginning. You might have missed it.
Yeah.
I missed that, but I appreciate it. I'll just fill in for myself.
He did email me and ask me if he could use pieces of a broken wind chime.
Okay. Beautiful. Excellent work. What glitter is it?
Huh?
Yeah. And can you just see the bottom?
So that's the shaker piece at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's relevant for me, but I believe you.
All right. Okay. Well, Tom, that was excellent. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
How was the process of doing all that? Was it hard?
Oh, it was awful. Well, my plan was to do it yesterday, and then, believe it or not, some stuff happened yesterday that kind of distracted me. But then I managed to do it today, And then literally, as I was just finishing it, just giving it a kind of final look, last look, as they say in the biz with the makeup. As I was doing that, it fell and everything broke again. And I had to...
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. That's something to really think about. Randy, are you there? I can hear you. I can't see you, but that might just be me. Can everybody else see Randy just fine?
I can't see him, but I can hear him.
Oh, great. Hey, that's... Oh, great. Then let's have Ryan go next.
Okay. So I didn't hear how Thomas did it, but his wind chime is so beautiful. So I'll try to stay in the same realm of goodness. Though mine's a little bit smaller. I really tried to keep the idea of classy in top of mind as I built. And this is, I also kind of kept it simple. So this is a wind chime made of the twine, the popsicle sticks. I kind of did a little star pattern at the top, and then hung my popsicle sticks down. And I think you can see there's a gold. They've all been dipped in gold, which is the classiest thing I could think of.
That is classy.
And wow. It does need a little bit of adjustment for when it's hung, but once it's and it makes, and I know you think, oh, it doesn't have chime, but there's something really classy. Let's hear if you guys can hear it. Aww. There is a melody to it.
Yeah.
So it actually chimes more than one would think.
Yeah. I have a question about the top. You said there's a star on top. What is that made out of? Just
right. That's just the popsicle sticks. These are there's popsicle sticks. I drilled holes. I didn't even know. I wasn't as smart as Kim. It took me all the way until the big project to figure it out. But I drilled holes for the twine in popsicle sticks to hang the popsicle sticks. And I do have a metal thing as the hook, but it's not necessary. It makes it easier to hold.
Brandy, do you have any questions for Ryan? Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm honestly excited to hang it up in my apartment. Sure. So there's holes punched in at equidistant. And then just because we're talking about it, I didn't do the innermost. So there's a row of 3 for most of them. There's not, but because of overlap, I only have 4 in the very center. But thank you.
Nice. Okay. Great work. I loved it. We've got 2 amazing wind chimes. I can't wait to see what Kim does. Kim, show us your wind chime.
Okay. Nothing screams classy to me than minimalist. Now, minimalism is an art form. It basically means less is more. As you can see, I've used the twine and popsicle sticks. There are 4 different popsicle sticks hanging in the wind, just waiting to have the wind blow it through the air. Along with minimalism comes minimal sound. No sound. This wind chime. It's a minimalist wind chime, and it's been tied together at the top to show that we are all bound to each other: earth, wind, and fire, and rain. So, thank you so much for your time.
How are the pieces at the top connected to each other?
Oh, the pieces at the top are glued together. I finally purchased wood glue after
right.
after my figuring out, oh yeah, glue would help me.
Mhm.
After my first challenge, I acquired wood glue, and that's about it.
Great. Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay. Well, we're gonna go jump right into the judging. I think those were 3 amazing wind chimes, classy as fuck. Randy,
Yeah.
give us our
Unbelievable
scores.
work, really. All 3 of you, just great work. I'll go in order again. Tom, I really loved repurposing an existing wind chime. I thought that was super inventive. And I love that you bounced back. You admitted to us that it broke and you had to recover. Without that knowledge, I think we still probably would have thought that it was, a week-long project that you spent a lot of time on, and it was really well done. I think for me, I like the aesthetic overall. Felt like very classic wind chime. Didn't maybe quite hit my personal aesthetic for classy. I thought that it is classy. I wouldn't say that it's not, but like for my personal aesthetic, maybe a little bit under there. So for me, based on the
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Ah! I gotta know.
We'll never know. Well, let's go ahead and jump to that last video
Get out of here
while we
now.
wait for Randy.
You need popsicle sticks, jumbo, not baby, beads, twine. This is a classy wind chime, so it has glitter in the twine. 2 types of cutting implements. One of these is gardening shears for cutting the wood, and then scissors for cutting the string. Little sandpaper. Look at that little sandpaper. This thing is a ruler. Hoop. And this, I had to use my abs to lift this up. You have your jumbo stick. And see where this... Here, you also need a pen. Let me draw a line on it so you can see. See that is? You're going to cut right there. Just kind of like where the roundness stops. Or starts, depending on how you look at life. I'm strong. For this, I did it 18 times. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to use all 18. That might be insane. But I did it 18 times. But I already did it, so to hell with that one. The next thing you're going to do is sandpaper the edges. You don't want anybody getting a splinter when they look at your wind chime in their eyeballs. We're going to do that 18 times. 18. Actually, it's 36 because you have to do it twice on each side. Next thing, you're going to get your classy twine, your ruler. I got this from when I coached gymnastics at Buffalo Grove Gymnastics and Dance. It says gymnastics, cheer, and dance. I'll tell you what, they don't like an Oxford comma. You're going to measure out. I did 2 feet and 2, and that's 2 feet. And then you cut it. Did it. Do that 18 times. So I separated it all out. I cut a piece of tape to give me an exact length, 6 inches. VO time. All I'm doing here is hot gluing the shorter tail, which is 6 inches, over to the inside of the hoop, making sure it's coming up through the center, and then wrapping the longer tail around the hoop once and making sure it's coming down over the top of the hoop. You're going to do that, yes, you guessed it, 18 times. This is done. I mean, we'll see, you know? Everything was twisted around, hot glued. It's starting to look a little less classy. Sad. So you're going to gather up all your strings. First, we're going to tie it. Oh god, it looks like a weird jellyfish. The next part is really fun. you're going to string your beads on. I'm going to do mine big, small, big, small. It's a little pattern I call big, small, big, small. Okay, so then you're going to tie a knot at the base so that your beads don't do a little slippery slip and fall. But one ain't going to be enough. Just going to need two. Moving on. So now you have your popsicle stick. You're going to go 3 inches down your length of cord. We're going to put a little hot glue on there. Go like that. We're going to put a little bit more hot glue on top of it. And then we're going to start the wind. 2, 4. There we go. There, isn't that classy? So we're going to do that 18 more times. BRB. Classy.
All right. Well, I have tallied the scores, and interesting, very interesting turnaround here at the end. Okay, so we had Kim have a total of 12, Ryan 14, Tom 14. But there was a little extra surprise bonus point for material. Now, Ryan played it quite smart. She used one of the bonus points for one of the materials for one craft, and then one for the other craft, which I gotta say was good planning. Tom kind of used glitter. Unfortunately, glitter was not the magic bonus point. It was the string. So we have Kim using that twice, which takes Kim's score from 12 to 14. And Ryan using it once, which takes her score from 14 to 15. Ryan is our craft champion! Yay!
Yeah!
Congratulations, Ryan! You did it! Are all your dreams coming true?
Competitors like this to come out, I just feel so good.
You deserve it.
Yes. She wins the opportunity to come back and play in the championship. Hopefully, we'll see what the scores end up being at the end of the 6-episode run. But that's a pretty high score. Feeling pretty good about that. And also, maybe I'll send her a Starbucks gift card.
Yeah, frappuccinos for Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Okay, well, thank you everyone so much. Did you want to plug anything while we're ending here?
Nah.
Cool. Nothing to plug because nothing is happening. Delightful. Y'all have been really, really fun. I hope that this turns out. It's going to be really interesting to see what happened with this video. Thank you for your patience with it, and thank you for your patience in doing these crafts and really bringing your all to the craft table. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Have a great night.